Hello everyone, it's me, Mapper X, with a game called Assetto Corsa. And excuse the crazy graphics, but this is a racing simulation game, and this is not the window that you see when you start Assetto Corsa, but I've navigated here, and it is known to crash my broadcasting recording software. So if it crashes, there's going to be a little bit of sloppy editing. But right now we're in the car showroom, which is a nice, well, not nice because I have my graphics turned all the way down. But even then it looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at the, hold on, let me just stop this from rotating for a second. I don't know if we can zoom in or out, but look at the detail in those taillights. Absolutely wonderful. This is a high quality racing simulator. Let's keep the rotation going. You know what, let's go have it going the other way. And right now we have on the screen the Abarth Fiat 500. And this is the stage 1 version of it. Now this is not the car that we'll be using to race. But I thought it's a nice showcase because it's small, and I found the graphics are extremely great on this car. So this is the showroom, and you can do tons of stuff. So you can mess with the post-process filter, which if we stop the rotation and we just look at the front, because so, you've got default, then you've got black and white. Hello? Okay, the post-process filter does not like me. But this would change. But if we bring up help. Oh dear. Alright, you've got a bunch of keyboard controls. Yeah, you see that post-process filter does not like OBS, I don't think. Unless we do that. No, it still doesn't like it. Alright, we'll let it be. I'll get rid of that window because it's really killing my frame rate. I can choose to record 2 windows at once. But if I do that, then the frame rate just kind of dies. So, I do not want to do that. We're at a nice happy 30. So, you've got mouse wheel. I do not have a mouse. Unfortunately. Actually, I might have one in my drawer of stuff. In one of my drawers of stuff. Guess not. Alright, that was a while wasted. So you've got mouse wheel, it can zoom. I do not have a mouse, unfortunately. Right. Oh! The frame rate. What did I do? Oh dear. Alright, I'll be back when I have my frame rate working because I think I did something that killed my frame rate. Alright, I'm back and I fixed the problem by just going out of the area, what's it called? The showroom, and going back in. But I didn't get a mouse. I should have done that. Oh well. But as I was saying, help menu. Mouse, ignore all that. Mouse wheel, ignore that. The left mouse button, or keypad button, or I guess you could call it the primary mouse button. No, secondary the left mouse button moves the camera around. So I'm doing this with the left mouse button. Space opens the doors. So you can peek inside. And I actually have been inside a Fiat 500. Not the Abarth, but the 500. Enters the vehicle. We'll be looking at that a little bit later. Page up and page down. That changes the skin. But I like my Golf, so we'll just stay with the Golf themed paint job. W does the wiper. There is no use in the game for this yet, but you can see the rear windshield wiper works. I'll just get rid of the help menu. But yeah, really nice, wonderfully modeled cars. F and G. If you press F, it rolls the camera one way. If you press G, it rolls the camera the other way. Exposure. Alright, I'm back, and I fixed the problem by just going out of the area, what's it called? The showroom, and going back in. But I didn't get a mouse. I should have done that. Oh well. But as I was saying, help menu. Mouse, ignore all that. Mouse wheel, ignore that. The left mouse button, or keypad button, or, I guess you could call it the primary mouse button. No, secondary the left mouse button moves the camera around. So I'm doing this with the left mouse button. Space opens the doors. So you can peek inside. And I actually have been inside a Fiat 500. Not the Abarth, but the 500. Enters the vehicle. We'll be looking at that a little bit later. Page up and page down. That changes the skin. But I like my Golf, so we'll just stay with the Golf themed paint job. W does the wiper. There is no use in the game for this yet, but you can see the rear windshield wiper works. I'll just get rid of the help menu. But yeah, really nice, wonderfully modeled cars. F and G. If you press F, it rolls the camera one way. If you press G, it rolls the camera the other way. Exposure. Alright. I'm back. And I said that kind of slowly because I didn't really know if I was back or not. But I am, and it's just my recording software being a naughty boy. So, as I was saying, numpad 7, that does the front lights, although those are acting a little bit zombified. It also throws on the taillights. If you press numpad 8, as I'm going to call it, that activates the brake lights. So if you do them both, you can see the gauges light up as well from the inside. It's like if you're driving in the dark and then you press both if you press the brake, and if you're a responsible driver and you have your headlights on, that's what it would look like. That is besides the point, though. If we press enter, we enter the steering wheel, and the camera freaks out a little bit here. But once we get inside, it's fine. And may I just say, again, beautifully modeled interior. If we close the doors, this is about, and I say about because I don't know what the Abarth looks like, but I can assume it looks very much like this because I've been inside the actual 500, and it looks very much like this. The center console is the same. The steering wheel is a little bit different, but that's because it's the Abarth. gauges mostly the same. And if you press 7, that lights up and it's super bright. Yeah, that speaker is right there. I don't have a mouse, but the speaker is where it should be. And you can see if you forget what type of car you're looking at, because you don't look at the steering wheel, you can see a Barth right up there. In the top right, I want to say right, no, it's left. The top left corner, that says a Barth. That was not an editing trick by me. I don't know how to do such things. The back also looks very much like the original 500. And if you press a W, you can see the windshield wiper in the back, and of course in the front, moving. Now let's get on to actually racing. Now this took up a long time, and I have to do some crazy stuff. Give me a minute. There we go. So this is the Abarth SS Step 1. And that is a racing version. Now you've got the Abarth 595 SS. We're not going to be looking at that. Instead, we're going to be looking at a newly added car, which is the Audi S1 Quattro. And if we press the configuration button, you can see that it has many different it has the same menu as it did with the Abarth. So you've got Vegas Yellow, BR, I'm guessing that's black, which is what we're on right now. But I like my cars blue. I like blue cars. So we're going to be sticking with the blue one. And we could do the showroom again, but you've seen it. Also, we're going to be using a newly added track from the Monza 1966 edition. You've got the full course, the junior course, and the road course. We're going to be doing the road course. I'll be going through the tracks and the cars in another episode, or video, or whatever you want to call it. So, next we have summary, which is how everything's set up. So I've gone for optimum track performance, time multiplier by 1, so it passes at its normal rate of speed, 19 degrees Celsius, which is about, and I say about because I really have no idea. If you could tell me, please correct me. It's about, and I want to say about 75 degrees Fahrenheit, although I'm pretty certain that it's not. Weather, I've gone for light fog, and time of day I've gone for 10:30 in the morning. Now this is a 24-hour clock, so if you go to 18 o'clock, 8 o'clock is the morning. But if you go to 18 o'clock, that is actually 6 o'clock at night. So this is 5:30, 5, 4:30, 4, and so forth. Right. What did I have? 10:30, that's what. I'll be going over this layout later, but this is basically career, replay, options, and exit. And up here you've got practice, challenges, race, online, and favorites. Now we've gone through all of that, and if you hover over this track, you can see basically the data about it. Now if you press start engine, I quite like pressing start engine. My audio could have cut out there, and it could cut out right here. So hold your horses, unless I can do something here. I am looking for this. Alright, we're all set. I think. Nope, we're not. Oh, you are a pain. Alright, I'll wait for that to load, and then I'll mess with it later. So while it loads, let's see, what are you? Okay. So, actually it's loaded, which means we can press that. Oh good, that got rid of that. Alright. We're set. So, this is the car, and I do have some low graphics settings, so it's not as beautiful as it normally would be. But if we press this driving wheel, steering wheel, whatever you want to call it, symbol, you can see the door closes, and we're inside the cockpit of a Audi S1 Quattro. Now you can look inside the car with your, I'm using an Xbox 360 controller, with your D-pad. Right moves the camera right, left moves the camera left, down looks behind you, and up changes the headlights. And I've got my render stats up. That may not match yours in video playback, but it looks like we're holding a pretty consistent 30. So this is the interior of the Audi S1, and here's the exterior of the Audi S1. Now I'm going to, my headlights have already came on. Actually no, I turned them on, but you can see they turn on. I think they're just DRL. Now I have my settings on, my gearbox setting on a manual transmission, because the automatic one really does not do that well with what I do. I do a lot of strange things that the automatic wasn't really meant to do. I don't think. It doesn't really perform that well when I drive it. So, let's get on with it. You shift into gear by pressing A on your controller or whatever key you have assigned. Now as we pull out, we're pulling out kind of slowly, but I'm doing that deliberately. So, you can hear the engine at near idle. And I could bring some HUD stuff up, but I really like first person mode because it's so detailed. This is really like a better version of Forza. I'm also the acoustics change. When you're inside, it's very much like you'd expect from inside. And the engine is really loud. And I should have turned down that setting earlier. Oh well. But yeah, you can see we're hitting a pretty consistent 30. This is the best run I've had. But yeah, you can see I really like the graphics on this game. Physics, they seem realistic. If you crash your car, it's not the crash you'd expect, but it's a racing simulator, not a crashing simulator. If you want crashing, go to BeamNG Drive. Acoustics change if we go to, actually, after this corner. Whoa! This automatically applies the clutch. So if you keep your foot pinned, you kind of have to let off, so you don't get that big high revving revs. So, acoustics, that's right, that's what I was talking about. If we go outside the car, it is a lot more loud and snarly, and what you'd expect. And also they change if you're on, as opposed to camera on the front or more back. So if you're in the front, it sounds a lot more like the interior. But if you're in the back, you get a lot more of that exhaust stuff. And now's a great time to show you that and tell you that this game is really picky with cutting corners. Basically, what was that lag? But basically, if you go off the track, I'm gonna shift down so the revs aren't that. You know, I'm gonna adjust the audio so you guys can hear me. Alright, that should be a little bit better. Whoa! Alright, crash physics. Not what you would expect. Or not what I'd expect, really. It's very damaged. And you can see my, Steam notifications are going crazy, but that sometimes happens. Tire texturing. Looks good. But crash simulation, not so much. I mean, it's a lot like Forza, actually. The cracked window, though, you can see that from inside. But basically, my point was... Oh yeah, also it pulls. If you've broken the suspension, you can see right here, it's yellow. Which means we have a damaged suspension. And our front bumper is red, which means we've damaged it. You know, so I'm gonna get a fresh, brand new car, and I'm gonna shut up and let you guys listen to the acoustics and the noise of the car. So when I bring it back to the pits, then I will start talking, so you can adjust your audio to suit my talking. So, let the sound begin. Alright, I adjusted my microphone because I had that turned down. So, as I was saying, I'm gonna get a clean lap time in, and hopefully, we'll be able to see it. So I'm going to do one lap. Yeah, I can't drive a car and do this at the same time. Hold on. Oh, and I can't do that either. Alright. Hardway engaged. Laps! Oh, beautiful. Hold on. So this is the out lap. And I have, oh, you see? That was counted as a lap that was cut. So if I move this, whoa! I want to have a fully functional car, please. If that is doable. Alright, so we're on the current lap 2 of infinity. And why don't we have this right here so I can't see where I'm going? No, I'm going to stick it right down here. Oh, forgot to shift. And the reason that it's red is because we went off the course. But not to worry, I'm not going to count that as my lap. I'm going to go around, maybe cut the video a little bit, and show you once I have done the, once I've gotten to the starting line. But actually, I think we're almost there. We must be. There's the crew and everything. Giant signs. Actually, we're on the straight. But you can see these ads are from the correct time period. And they are the correct ads. Like you saw something from Pepsi Cola, but it had a bottle cap on it. You don't get those anymore. You get like Pepsi and then the Pepsi logo or whatever. But I'm actually really surprised. And this video is going to be a little bit long. But I'm really surprised that we're holding it at 30. Oh, so the lap has started. Which means I'm going to shut up for a little bit. And kind of focus on my driving. And if we do go off the track on this lap, then I'm going to do a couple laps and see which one doesn't go off the track. So yeah. That was basically my sightseeing lap that we just did. Now it's the real deal. And this car is, I mean, it's really easy to drive. You know, the four-wheel drive helps a ton. But also, it's just a nice car in general to drive. It's got nice modeling, nice interior, nice exterior. The track as well, it's really well designed. I mean, you've got the 4-6 polygon trees, but it wasn't really meant for tree modeling. It was meant for racing. I shouldn't let little details like that niggle me. So we're coming up the main straight here at about, and this is in kilometers per hour. I do not know the conversion. Oh dear. I thought we were gonna go off there. Oh, we are. No, we're not. But I can totally see these sounds with this car. This is also much handier than me having to whip out my trusty stopwatch, which is a watch that one of the straps fell off. So we get a blisteringly fast time of 2 minutes, 9 seconds, .603. And you can see the body damage once I finally correct camera, and I have. So, this is what it looks like from the side. Very realistic if we were scraping against a wall. And that's the bit that kind of niggles me. Like, it doesn't really... If you crash into a wall, it shows that you've scraped against one. Back? I don't know how it got all that damage from me just crashing into a wall. Front, that is a little bit more reasonable, but I'd like to see a little bit more dents. Everything else, though. I mean, I am surprised that the headlights still work, as you can see. But yeah, that'll do it for this video of Assetto Corsa. If you have any ideas on what hot lapping what you would like me to do, feel free to comment. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, likes and subscribes are always appreciated, and I'll see you next time.